Now, I want to still talk about the death of our brother, Junior Pope. When the news came, I made a post, which later it came that he survived, and then later it now came that he died. Though the previous post I deleted, and it pains me that I had to delete that post. Why? Because I enumerated the events around the death of Junior Pope, not because I witnessed it, but based on spiritual insight. It was later today I found that, according to the press release of the president of the Actors Guild of Nigeria, that the event happened around the river Niger by Cable Point. And you see the whole of that part down to Onitsha Bridge is controlled by a deities, a goddess, a female deity called Oniche. And I said in that post that Oniche is a protector and not a killer. If by any means I would say, based on history or based on what I know, I may be wrong, this will be the first time such a thing is happening within the coffers of the Oniche territory. Those of you who are Asaba know who is called Oniche. Oniche is the protector of her children and the tradition of Asaba. Oniche is the goddess that forbids the eating of ogbono in Asaba. And this is a warning to a lot of you that are in Asaba, hiding to sell ogbono, hiding to do this, saying some unnecessary things around water bodies and around some sacred parts of Asaba. And those of you in Asaba, I want to tell you some parts of Asaba that are very sacred, that whenever you are around there, you can't talk bad about Asaba. You can't talk bad about the water deities, not even in ABC, nor on Niche itself. You see Grand Hotel, the whole of that Grand Hotel area, down to Ogbogonogo Market. Be very careful what you say. You see the riverine side of Cable Point, down to the back of, where they said Mongo Park have this thing, Discover River Niger, or the rest of. Be careful what you say. You see around Interboa down, be careful what you say around there. You see when you go down to Summit Junction, be careful what you say there. Then from there, you are coming from Onitsha. Before you branch, going to Ibuzo, around that road, be careful what you say there. Let's not even talk about Okpanam. Okpanam is a place that you fuck up, you collect and woto. Okpanam is not as lenient. The gods in Okpanam, especially Okpanam, is not as lenient as Asaba. You talk, you do anything for Okpanam, you collect woto. Some of you look at Christianity and you play with it. I've been following Junior Pope for more than 5 years. I saw something about him that was wrong, but I'm not into him. I don't have anybody that is close to him, and I would have given a fair warning. So you say, I don't have now they talk. No, I didn't see it as something that was going to lead to something like this. Rather, I said that he should be careful. Zubi Michael. You can't follow the way of Zubi Michael and think you are not. You think Zubi Michael is somebody that just come online and shout and do. No. What is there behind Zubi Michael? Some of them may be actors, and if you try and I don't know Zubi Michael. I've not spoken with him before. But when I see people, whether you are a celebrity, I know what is behind you. I know what you hold. And I used to say one word, even gods worship men. There are people we have that when they step into a community, all the juju for that community, they will just say, be like somebody enter here. Who is that person? Let's try and protect this person. Because there are people that can enter a community and they will drive the juju of that community away. In the case of Junior Pope, he thought there was something that was behind. But you know what? Carelessly said some things. Not the things he was saying that now only me, chiri and I born. No. What he said in that water is as a result of his spirit already aware that something bad we have. I don't fuck up. When he stepped his feet inside that boat that capsized, not the one he was talking to, he knew something was going to go wrong. And this thing did not just come that yesterday. It has happened more than 7 days ago. I made a statement. What happened on that set was as a result of an activity that happened during that production that made the goddess of that vicinity angry. It's not just going to that community to appease the gods of the community, to appease whoever they want to appease, or do whatever thing, is to go and meet Oniche and appease Oniche. Asaba have been playing. A lot of people in Asaba, especially Asaba indigenous, when they follow now Oniche, they play. I stayed in Asaba. I have visited Oniche. I have seen her handwork. And I've told you that people that Oniche bless is like the people that Olokun in Lagos blesses. The spirituality around Asaba is the twin of the spirituality around Lagos. You do anyhow around women, you will collect a woto. That is why in Asaba, women can naturally even misbehave, despite the fact that it is not permissible. That women can naturally do anything they want to do, but they are more protected. But as men, if you try and you collect them, if you try them, you will collect them. That is why, as a man in Asaba, there are a set of people you must ever be kind to women. Let me go back to what I'm saying. Same also here in Lagos. What happened to Junior Pope was not because there was no life jacket or an error in security, or what do you call it, safety. The safety personnel. No, it was spiritual. It was spiritual. And he was aware of it, but he didn't know it was going to happen that way. I said it. Those of you that go to places to shoot movies, be careful, be careful. I was instructed to do a movie, but I have to pause a little because, number one, I have to consult the deities and gods around the vicinity of that story I want to shoot for their approval for me to continue. I know people who have been possessed from looking at TV alone. I know people who ran mad from set of production. I know people who died 7 days later from set of production. I know people who died during production. Ejiro was part of them. Filmmaking, trying to tell a story is different. Now you guys just come on set and do anything. Adanma has now been restricted from making movie and bar anybody that makes movie with her. But the main cause of the issue, some of you will know, I made a prophecy about a year ago, about 2 years ago, and I said, Africa, deities, and spirituality is rising. They are rising. The spirituality around Africa is, you can no longer play with some certain things and go free. You collect and pa. So be careful. Be careful. I was flying from Lagos to Abuja, and the atmosphere was not okay. Just few moments, about 2 to 3 minutes before we entered the turbulence, that people were like, I saw Odomakoma flying by the other side of the wing, and I turned to my wife. I saw Odomakoma is here. Who is Odomakoma? Odomakoma is a deity in Benin, in Ghana. But I will tell you that there are people in Ghana that does not respect or worship Odomakoma. But here in Nigeria, Odomakoma is one of the gods we worship in the watered religion. The moment we enter the turbulence, and it's happened, I just said the ancient waters are with us. Odomakoma is with us. And who is Odomakoma? Odomakoma may just be an earth god, but it's also the god of the firmament. When you find yourself sky, you can't call Amadioha. Amadioha cannot help you. When you're in the sky, call Odomakoma. When you're in the sky, call on Gorra. When you're in the sky, call on Anubis. When you're in the water, call on Unishe. When you're in the water, call on Oloku. When you're in the water, call on Oya. Calling Jesus. They tell you, say people when capsized, they not shout Jesus when anything was happening. Why Jesus not save them? If that man would have called Oniche, Oloku, Oya, Ivien, they would have floated. It's not even when I was in Iyede. There are cases of people, you don't hear say the person drowned. There are people there was a story of a young man who was traveling and their boat capsized. People died. And he was calling on Oru and Ivie. He floated from the water and they brought him down to the shore. You abandon your own spirituality for a white man's own. I want to understand, are we so useless as Africans? So useless that God cannot come and pick somebody. He decided to go to Israel and pick somebody to save us. We are so useless that God did not see anybody to call as a messenger and a prophet. He decided to go to Arab and brought someone from Arab to tell us Allahu Akbar, to save us. No. All of those religions were to relegate and reduce the spirituality within, that is embedded within the African spirituality. So the society, the cord, the circle that binds us together, that made us who we were before or even after the 21st dynasty, when the black pharaohs took over the upper Kemet, is being broken. It was after that taking over, Mali saw the rise of wealth. It was after that taking over, Ghana saw the rise of wealth. It was after that taking over, the Benin Empire rose to power that even the whites were scared. Prior to that, the Nok Empire in the northern part of Africa, northern part of Nigeria, rose to see greatness. You want to talk about the Kumasi people, or the Asante people, the San tribe of the southern Africa, the Botswana, the Cameroon, the Kenya. Do not underestimate the spirituality of the African tradition. You might just find yourself becoming a slave in the afterlife. Thank you.